Oh, hi, Herman. Hear
Hello,
me?
Shinyon. Yes.
All right. Hello. Hi, how have you been?
Hello. Okay.
Okay,
It's been
great.
an interesting. It's been an interesting week.
Okay, good morning. So I heard it's been a holiday at the in South Africa.
Involuntary, yes.
Okay, okay, all right. Okay. I
Yeah.
see.
So the basically what happened is last Sunday they decided to go back up to lockdown, one of the
Ah,
higher lockdown levels,
okay, okay.
and then they closed the university in the middle of the exams.
Ah, oh, I see. Okay.
Countrywide. So that was kind of
I can imagine the mess.
so we had a
All
week
right.
of written exams in person, which
Okay.
has now been suspended for 2 weeks, and then next week Monday they start writing online exams again.
Ah, I
So
see. Okay. All right.
an-
All right.
anyway,
All right. All right. Thanks. So, Victory, hi. How are you? How have you been?
I'm good. How are you? Good morning.
Good.
Sorry,
Good.
I
Good.
was
So, it's hopefully you had a great weekend.
I tried.
And yes. Okay.
I tried my
So,
best.
okay. Okay.
Yes.
That's what really counts. Okay.
Yeah.
That's really counts. Okay. All right.
All right.
So maybe
Um
you can share with us the updates.
all right.
Okay. Yeah.
So there's a bit of chaos at the moment,
Okay. Okay.
but it's more of good chaos where
Okay.
there's a bit of a
Nice.
cleanup. So I'm
Okay.
just gonna
Nice.
share my screen
Okay. Sure.
to try to okay. Just side video for
Mm-hmm.
bandwidth. All right. Can I minimize this? Can you see this?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes.
All
It's.
right. So what I'm doing is I am trying to move. There's like this big document that has lots of stuff and lots of
Mm-hmm.
random stuff, and I'm trying to do like a bit of a copy and paste
Mm-hmm.
while editing on the go to
Okay.
clean up as
Okay.
well.
Mm-hmm.
And at the moment, I think I've cleaned up abstract, background, and theory, if I'm
Mm-hmm.
not mistaken, and I'm just
Okay.
left with the key sections which we've done, which is the actual algorithm and maybe
Right.
future work.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Sorry. Anyways, so I cleaned up the abstract a bit. So in what's that? Okay, let me check that's correct. Anyways, so I can just give you a bit of a breakdown. I'll try to go through it as quick as possible.
Mm-hmm.
There was an emphasis on the explosion of growth of communication devices,
Mm-hmm.
and each of these devices having some form of spatial information.
Mm-hmm.
Um, an example is, smart factories where you have robots that, have some form of location data,
Mm-hmm.
or logistic companies, yeah, they have some form of spatial data involved with them. This
Mm-hmm.
rapid growth has led to the need for highly robust and scalable solutions for platforms to effectively manage the workload. So, however, the central nature of the structures in place mean there's a single point of failure and it becomes very expensive when scaling.
Mm-hmm.
Now we go a bit into publish subscribe as to how this is a solution to scalability, or how it's a solution that's being used across different industries for scalability problems. And they've been using cloud services, chat-based services, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They've been proven to be effective, yes. Twitter as well. I give an example of how it's solved. Okay, I see there's a repetition there, but it's a solved 150 million active users. I mean, how they're able to manage such a large user base and still sort of achieve less than tweets in less than 5 seconds without breaking. However, they don't share their public source code with their source code with the public, so making it difficult for startups to compete or offer similar services. Another solution is the use of decentralized architecture, something everyone seems to agree is a highly scalable alternative to centralized systems. So by combining the solutions that both decentralized, publish, subscribe, and spatial routing techniques provide, we can develop a robust and highly scalable architecture, one that's potentially cost effective compared to the industry standard. To that, we propose the development of a highly scalable, decentralized, spatial public subscribe architecture. So that's
Hmm.
basically it.
Okay.
So then I make a reference to the VAST library
Hmm.
as to how it's going to be a key component of this research. And what it is, it's a vulnerable-based overlay network which does partitioning and neighbor discovery and special queries. It has been tested in virtual worlds, and we think it can be used across multiple industries where there's any form of spatial distribution.
Mm. Okay.
Right? And we're going to be a bit of background. We'll go a bit into more detail about how there's been massive growth. Um, sorry. Uh, and this is the part, and I don't know if I should call this background or
Hmm.
because it actually has all the key information that they would need in terms of why we are going with spatial PubSub, what it
Hmm.
is, and what decentralized, basically how we plan to bring spatial PubSub off the traditional channel-based PubSub.
Hmm.
But for now, I'm just calling it background. We talked about a bit of the fourth industrial revolution, about how IoT and AI is changing things, and how there's more devices are built with some sort of spatial drive,
Hmm.
where we have more sensor nodes with spatial information, location devices, smart devices, all that kind of stuff. um, and we see this distributed across a region or across a space, maybe a huge space. We see this more and more across multiple fields, and as this number grows, okay, and as these numbers grow, with the need for better infrastructure to scale becomes more and more apparent.
Hmm.
We talked about how current industry standards are owned by the big corporations, and the systems are developed internally. Well, the industry scalable solutions, rather, how they're developed internally and their source codes made private, and as such, it becomes expensive. It's expensive to develop from scratch, and from scratch and maintain. This has
Hmm.
created a huge monopoly with businesses and da da da. So we asked ourselves the question. So this is where we come in. With the current boom and all that, how do we provide a highly scalable, robust, and cost-effective alternative architecture that performs equally or better than current industry standards? Current. Um, the field has been gaining ground in countering scalability issues or challenges. Then we talk about spatial public subscribe, how it works in terms of there's a topic or a channel, and this how this approach has been used in many fields. Or there's a nice little picture. I'm gonna change this because this is a bit ugly.
Hmm.
Uh,
It's fine. It's fine. Actually, no worries. No worries. Try to
um,
get to the skeleton first. Yeah.
yeah.
Get the
Um,
skeleton down first. Yeah.
so how it has been used, the platforms that have been used in video hosting platforms, social media platforms, all that kind of stuff. Maybe a bit of a reference to that. And we talk about how decentralized architectures. There has been argument from industry experts on both sides of the aisle. One side of the aisle believes in centralized, another side believes in decentralized. And but one thing both sides agree to is that decentralized offers better security, and
Hmm.
decentralized is highly scalable,
Hmm.
which is what
Okay.
we mostly need.
Hmm.
Now, both of these fields have been studied extensively, right? We have channel based that has been studied extensively. We have decentralized architectures that have been studied extensively as individual components. However, um, we not a lot of research has been done in combining like publish, subscribe, and decentralized to create a spatial based PubSub architecture. In fact, not much has been done in just spatial PubSub in general. Maybe I should add that. Um, done in spec. So now, okay, sorry, just to save time.
Mhm.
But yeah. So not a lot of research has been done in spatial publish subscribe or even combine, uh, not to talk about combining the spatial PubSub with a decentralized platform architecture. Now, in this approach, we aim to propose this decentralized architecture. We first, then we talk about what we want to do in terms of how we first show the traditional channel based um, approach. Sorry. Yes, we show how it works. We decouple the roles, how they interact with one another. We highlight the limitations, and then we show how we can develop a spatial PubSub architecture based on the traditional PubSub approach. Right. Sorry, this looks weird. Yeah. Highlighting the key differences between
Mhm.
them and how it can be used. We then show how the decentralized open source routing architecture can counter scalability issues, or we then discuss. Sorry, I need to keep reading this. Um, Note that this research will not focus on elements of like security. This is important. It is something that's considered for the future. And also note for the sake of this, yeah, in a 2D plane. So
Mhm. Okay.
that's y-axis, yeah.
Okay.
Then we'll go a bit into theory. It should be three actually. No, two. Sorry. How centralized systems work. We'll go a bit into the EBBs stuff, decentralized systems, how they work, publish subscribe architectures, how they work, and basically how our stuff sort of comes in, which is our spatial routing and spatial publish subscribe, how it works, and basically to try to show, okay, this was made in Visio, that's why this is a bit, the render is weird, but on the left you see an X plane, I mean sorry, Y plane, Y in T, or I hope that's the right way to put it, but X in bracket of T and Y in bracket of T, showcasing that we are showing the space in time domain
Mhm.
and applications. Yeah, yeah. So the next step here should be something along the lines of our approach or solution
Mhm.
or proposal. Proposal. Mm, some five future work. I still have hope of playing around with like just basic um, results. I don't think it's too late. Future work,
Mhm.
and I think that's where stuff like what to plan to measure to evaluate. For now, this should be future work. We were talking about how there should be an API created, a
Mhm.
decentralized, virtual system to test both physical and virtual, to evaluate the performance, and maybe I can use some results from spatial PubSub. Um, Sorry, I sort of lost track of time. Previous results. All right.
Okay.
Sorry. Yes. Yes. Let me just ask for feedback. Sorry about that. But yeah, that's more or less the sort of breakdown.
Okay. Okay.
I think the key
So that's
point
the
was
current draft
yes,
so
the
far.
abstract and the background. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. So, so is there any part that's right now about the actual proposal?
So
And
it
right.
is. The problem is it's sort of all over the place.
Okay, I see.
So I'm trying
All
to
right.
copy and paste from a cleaner thing
Uh-huh.
perspective, but I do know
Okay.
it here. For example, I remember I talked about the our approach in terms of
Right.
the flow diagram.
Mm-hmm.
There's that in a different document
Okay.
completely.
Okay. All right.
Like
Okay.
pages.
It's fine. It's fine. So right now it's in different places, right?
It's in different places, but
okay.
yeah, it's
So
mostly-
when is the, I guess, the submission?
Turkish time it's today, but South African time I think it's tomorrow.
Okay.
Sorry,
So to
tomorrow at 2 o'clock or
tomorrow, I
so.
guess what time is it?
At 2 o'clock. But I want to submit a draft today so that this thing
2
can be
a.m. Do you mean 2 a.m.?
2 p.m.
Oh,
here.
2 p.m. Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Okay, okay, 2
correct.
p.m. All right. Wow, that's nice. Okay. But you want to, when do you want to submit the draft?
At least I want to submit the draft tonight
Okay, okay,
so
nice.
that
Okay.
at least it's on the system in case they
Yes,
change their
yes.
minds or something.
You should definitely do that. Yeah. Okay. All right. So I guess any feedbacks, Herman, for Herman?
Sorry, just
Oh.
finding the unmute button. Okay, so that it looks like you've got a good background there on what the problem is and what the current approaches are. So which is good, I think. That's cool. But yeah, so the thing to do now is to get our solution in as for the rest of it. I think that's going to be the key thing to do before tomorrow, and then obviously add all the necessary references. I would also just suggest you make certain that it is in the ACM style format.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
There might be there is a Word document that you can use. So if
I,
you
I,
go,
I remember
you have
seeing
it.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like there is one. I can basically, I'll post it in, there you go. I'll post it on Slack. Word template for style. Let me just paste that. So that's the other thing, and then I guess the other thing is just to make certain that that you keep to the what the instructions for the doctoral symposium. But yeah, I mean, I think it's good that you've got the background there. I'm not yeah, and I think last time I think I was with the meeting. We spoke about the one way of doing the routing, which I'm assuming you're going to discuss in your part of the solution, and then I think the other part that they would probably want to see is the just an indication of some of the future work, or what have you achieved thus far, and then what's the tentative plan for the future work. In other words, what do you plan on doing from here on, in terms of implementing the system, and what type of evaluations are you planning on doing?
Okay.
Okay. So is that okay, Victory? I mean,
Yes, yes.
okay.
Have you shared this with? It looks like a Google Doc that you've got over there. Have you shared that with us somewhere?
No, no. Let me share that. I'm just gonna share. Copy link.
Yeah, you can just.
Okay. That. Thanks, sir.
Okay. All
That's the
right.
template,
Thanks. Yep.
and there's this. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess any other feedback for Herman?
Yeah. So I think I had a brief look at the instructions now. I think they say they talk about a 4-page proposal, so that might be one
Yeah, I
part.
noticed.
Is it 4
I
page?
not.
That's
So
good.
when I look at, I remember I used this template the last time as well. It
Yeah.
4 pages is quite a lot from just the structure itself because it's two-sided.
Oh,
But at
okay,
the same,
fine. Okay, cool.
yeah, it's sort of to but at the same time, I know there's still a bit of decompress it too.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's all good. And
No, I was actually wondering if you don't have too much for 4 pages, but it sounds like you think that that should be fine.
Uh, it's a bit much. I mean, let me just look at it again. At the moment, I think I'm sitting at like 7 or 8 pages. I'll probably decompress some like theory background, like decentralized, for example, and centralized. I think everyone knows what centralized is. It doesn't have to be like its own stuff. But I will decompress. I want to put in at least our solution first, and then
Cool.
transfer that into the template.
Okay, cool. So and
Okay.
then yeah, so if you submit the draft tonight, and then I guess it would be useful if then at tomorrow's meeting we can have a look at at least the what you have. I would actually suggest that it is in the ACM template style then when we look at it tomorrow, so that we can see how many pages is your background theory, how large part of what you are saying there is your is the proposal of the spatial pub sub with the routing, and then from that get an idea of to give you some final feedback before you submit it.
All right.
Okay. Nice. Okay. All right. So, Herman, any other feedback? Hello.
No, that's from
Okay.
me.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
Thank you, sir.
So, well, the two comments for Victory. All right.
Okay.
Well, the first is well, congratulations on getting the writing part done. Okay. I think that's actually already a quite nice backup you have set up. I mean, obviously, there's always way to improve in terms of conciseness, relevance, and how to gain people's interest. But I think you did a pretty good job already. Okay, of setting up the background. Hold on, let me switch device. Just hold on a sec.
Okay. Oh, flip my coffee. But how was the weekend, sir?
Oh, okay. I mean, I was supposed to be on leave last week, but then obviously with the lockdown happening, that became significantly more interesting. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. So it was okay.
Nice. I think Shen just joined. Oh, I think he left. Someone just speaking.
Yeah, he's just changing devices, I think.
Okay.
And I think he's back in.
Hi, can you hear?
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me? All right, sorry, battery went out. So I was going to say it's already a pretty good layout in terms of introducing the problem. Okay, and I know you might feel a bit overwhelmed, right? I can see that you did a lot of improvement in the text part, right? Try to make it like consistent and also coherent,
Yeah.
right? Okay, so I think that's quite good, yeah, because explaining why it's important, it's that's actually the first stage. So while you might feel overwhelmed, okay, I think it's all you really need to do actually now is to present the solution, the designs we've talked about and you've written out at different places, and
Yes.
just put them together. Okay.
Yeah.
Again, to present them in, I guess, in a logical way in terms of explaining. Okay, so I think there are three main phases in terms of the
Yes.
solution part, you will probably need to
Yes.
cover. Okay.
Yes, I'm just
The-
thinking about that now. It should probably be in a
Yeah.
drawing format, like phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and then
Right.
yes, yes. Sorry, continue. Don't let me stop you.
Yeah, so I think the first thing is to basically explain that we intend to, well, to explain that it's only a minor change from
Yeah.
channel based to spatial based pops up. Okay, so I think that's like the first part you have to explain. And
Yeah.
the second part is that while it's very easy to do a centralized, solution for a spatial pops up, but
Yeah.
the trick is how do we decentralize that? And the key to decentralization, as we have discovered, is actually in how do you do the partitioning, okay, of the
Yeah.
whole space, but also how do you forward the requests?
Yeah.
Okay, so how do you basically partition and also forward the requests? And there are specific ways and rules that that we have devised, okay, in
Yeah.
terms of forwarding requests. And I think it's worth pointing out that that's actually kind of like the core of this work,
Yeah.
okay, of how do we utilize request forwarding to support POP/SOP matching.
Yeah.
Okay, so make sure this part is being covered and explained.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I think you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
It's
Yes. The forwarding.
and right, and it's important to note that this is actually a layer where on top of that could be the application interface in the form of spatial POP/SOP API, right, or spatial
Yeah.
POP/SOP function calls. But underneath that layer is actually a distribution, access to how you distribute or partition, sorry, the partitioning logic, okay, which is
Okay.
what the original VON layer is providing,
Well, yeah.
for example. But that can actually be replaced by any other kind of partitioning, and
Yeah.
the result, the effect will be similar.
Okay.
Okay, I think that's that's like the second thing that's worth mentioning.
All right.
Yeah, and I guess the third regard the sort of the proposal part is to I think to point out that the okay, I mean there are some issues to further consider. Okay, for example, like we talk about the trade-off between like secure, like efficiency and security, right?
Yeah.
We talk about things like that, and I think you can point out about some of those issues that will arise when you are designing this. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess that's kind of again sort of a checklist to see. But the most important, I think, it's the second part I was talking about, which is how do we actually decentralize and forward the POP/SOP request matching.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Just right to understand. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So yeah. So Victor, is that okay? I mean.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So I guess what I'd like to say is there's actually always just one thing to focus on. Okay.
Yeah.
While it might feel overwhelmed, okay, and the amount of work and lots of things to do, but actually you only need to focus on one thing at a time. And I'd like to say that the particular one thing now is to explain the the design logic, I guess the proposal to how we can actually do make it decentralized. Okay, and in particular the POP/SOP matching part.
Okay.
Okay, I think that's the core. Okay, that's the core, and make sure that that part is being properly covered. Okay.
Okay, makes sense.
All right. So I guess any other questions?
I'll-
Hello?
hello.
So sorry, I
Can you
think
hear?
it was breaking up. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, I guess any other questions?
So I'll say that's fine for now. I think I'm fine for now.
Okay,
If I
okay,
have,
all right.
I'll probably just ask in the group. But
Okay.
yeah, I have the gonna get on it again. Just put them all together. But I know I have all the information. Some is on video, some is on different, and that's why there's a bit of chaos. But
Okay, nice,
it-
nice. So
I
how
like
do you
this.
feel now? How do you feel now?
Really good. Really positive.
Okay.
Really, yeah, it's a lot of from 2 3 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll take progress. Um, snailish maybe,
Mhm.
but it's progress. And I'll take that anytime.
Okay. Okay. Yes.
So yeah,
Actually, you have come a long way, and try to recognize that. Okay. It's
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
you have done already a lot, if you look back to where you started, compared to where you started, it's already been a lot. And I'm sure you have gained a lot of insights to this. So just make sure just to, capture that on paper and then, submit,
yep.
all right? And take the shot. Armin, I was
Yes.
telling
Shut.
Victoria, yes, yeah, last week that you miss 100% of the shot you don't take.
Precisely. Yeah.
That's deep. It's very deep, actually.
Yeah.
But thanks so much.
Yeah, okay.
Cool. Okay.
Oh, sorry, Shinyan.
Yes.
One slight question.
Sure.
This is about the domain name.
Okay.
The first verse. I think
Right.
there's an action on your side to
Mhm.
confirm email or
Mhm.
something.
Oh, okay, all right,
And
sure.
and I did the confirmation, but just check your emails
Okay,
and see
all right,
whether they
okay,
confirm
sure.
domain. Yeah.
To check, to confirm. All right, sure.
Yes.
Thanks.
Thanks so much.
All right.
Cool. Chat to you
All
guys
right.
tomorrow.
So talk to you tomorrow, and I'll be waiting for the good news.
Yes.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Take care.
Sorry, Professor Herman. Geez, sorry. I know you asked me for questions and I forgot. I submitted one application on the NRF theme, and I did the
Yes, I
meeting name.
saw.
I don't know if you
Yeah,
got
yeah,
that.
I saw that. Yeah, that's fine. I'll complete that and send it on to them.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thanks so much.
Cool.
All right.
Okay.
Enjoy your
All
morning.
right. Talk
Thanks for your
tomorrow
time.
then. Yeah. Yeah. Take care.
Bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye.